Alright, hi everyone. We have a really beautiful, interesting, and exciting deck here for this video. This is the 52 Plus Joker Annual Club Deck for 2021, produced by Expert Playing Card Company and designed by Stockholm 17, Lorenzo Gaggioti. My apologies to Lorenzo if I'm mispronouncing his last name. He, obviously, most of you watching are going to know, is a super talented artist. He's been producing decks for several years now on Kickstarter and directly. He designed the ones with Caroline Raven. To list all of his decks would be a whole video in itself. So if you don't know the history on this deck, 52 Plus Joker is a playing card collector club. I'm a member myself. I would highly recommend joining. If you're watching this and you're into custom playing cards or playing card history, vintage decks, modern decks, there's really no reason that any playing card enthusiast who's interested in cards should not be a member. I believe membership is something like $25 a year. It's really inexpensive. You get a monthly electronic publication emailed to you, and then a quarterly hard print publication in the mail, plus the ability to go to the annual convention, and the ability to buy the annual club deck. So 52 Plus Joker has been doing club decks for a number of years, and a few years ago they really got more into it and started hiring a new kind of larger, more mainstream artist every year. And so the list of people who have designed past decks, and my apologies if I leave anyone out, you have Jackson Robinson, Mark Stutzman, Paul Carpenter, Randy Butterfield, Alex Chin, Lautrec, Uzi. I feel like I might be leaving someone out, but so, you know, a great list of heavy hitters. And so for 2021 was Stockholm 17, Lorenzo, and this was the deck. There was a little bit of drama surrounding the release of this deck. So there are only 999 made, which is a somewhat high run. A lot of the club decks, they only printed 500, and I believe it was starting with the 2020 deck from Uzi that they printed 1,000, and so they did that with this as well, 999. And past decks have always sold fine, but because they are sold to members only, there's never been a mad dash even with those limited runs. So like for example, that Uzi deck that has now been out for over a year with 1,000 decks printed, I believe there's still about 200 available. You know, they're still purchasable by members. This deck sold out in under 2 hours. So kind of shattered records and expectations from the club. And so there will be an additional 500 decks printed. There really was no easy answer for them to make everybody happy. So I think they took the best route possible to try and allow people to get their hands on the deck. So there will be an additional 500 decks aside from these 999 that they will have something distinct about them. They'll have a different sticker or something like that. We don't know exactly what those details are yet at the time of this video. But so let's take a deeper look at the deck itself. That's enough history. So as you can see, we just have so much foiling and embossing. This is a really cool two-piece multi-layer tuck box. So it splits apart here, as you can see. We'll take a look there. But so this outermost sleeve is a matte black paper with gold foil and embossing. 52 Plus Joker. It has this die-cut spade cutout here in the middle, and then the inner layer is this matte red paper, also with embossing and gold foil. We have the die-cut sticker seal, and that is what seals the deck, so the deck splits here. So I just took a thin blade and sliced across my seal. I am one of those guys who opens my cards. As you can see here, I have number 765 out of 999. I bought 2 of these, so I have one to open and play with and one to keep sealed. I usually buy a couple of the club decks every year. And then on the top, we have the poker size playing card 52 Plus Joker club deck. And then on the bottom, designed by Stockholm 17 and produced by Expert Playing Card Co. So then when we take apart the box, this top half lifts off. Still, this is a very heavy, very firm, durable, stiff kind of cardstock. And then this whole lower part is all one piece. So even though it looks like maybe this bottom black half would come off from the red, this is all one unit here, but you can see all the really nice foiling and everything. And so the fine text here says 52 plus Joker Club Deck 2021, designed by Stockholm, 17 playing cards, produced by Expert Playing Card Co., limited edition, 1 of 999 units. We know now that that will change. But so then that, of course, with the spade die cut, that is your Ace of Spades. So super nice tuck, really durable, really cool with the die cut and with the two-piece construction. That's the Ace of Spades, sort of the first thing you see when you pull it out. All the gold elements here in the deck on the tuck and on the cards themselves are foil. Foil obviously looks better in person and is kind of hard to get across on video. This is classic finish from USPC, I believe printed with their China partner, but even though there is so much foil on this deck, it's very smooth. They handle really, really nicely. I haven't tried to shuffle this one yet because it is a collector deck, so it is traditionally cut. The back design, if you're not familiar with this Joker and the Crescent Moon, that is sort of the main logo of 52 plus Joker, and so you'll see that used throughout some of the past club decks as well. Many of the artists try to work that logo into their club deck design. A nice thin white border, and this is where, you know, Expert really is showing kind of some of their bragging skills. These diamond points in the middle come exceptionally close to the edge, so even though this is a pretty thin border, those diamond points in the middle come even closer, and so that's something where Expert is really meticulous about proper registration. And so, you know, so some decks, you know, they can be off from other manufacturers by quite a bit. And obviously you can't get away with a design like that, because if it's off by a millimeter, then you're going to wind up trimming part of the design itself off the deck. So the whole thing here is just black ink. And then there is some, I wouldn't say gold ink, but sort of like a tan beige ink as well. So two inks, black and kind of tan or beige, but then primarily gold foil. And you can see it's just super shiny. Very well executed though. There is some fine detail and fine line work in here, but really cleanly stamped. Okay, and so let's go through the cards themselves real quick. 52 plus Joker Club, established 1985. And then all of the pips have some gold foil, like they've been dipped in gold. So just a nice little classy touch. I believe on all 4/4s, Lorenzo put in a little design element in the center. There is so much empty space, and that's very typical in a lot of European decks to see that. So that's sort of a little nod to his heritage, I guess. So very kind of standard looking courts in terms of their design and layout. Obviously the foil is a nice high-end custom touch, but a nice readable corner pip. You're really filling the card. You know, the pips or the index corners go very close to the corner. The suit pips fill the card nicely. And then all of the courts have ink as well as foil. So on the jack here, we've got black, red, and blue inks, and then just so much gold foil. So anything that would have typically been yellow on a standard court card is gold foil here, plus the background. And then moving into the queen. So obviously some really classic inspiration here. You can see totally where Lorenzo, you know, where his inspirations were for this design. You know, kind of the bedpost queen, as they call it, but obviously put his own spin on things, cleaned them up, made them much more detailed and ornate, fully symmetrical, all that sort of good stuff. And then went a little more unique here with the King of Spades for sure. That is definitely, you know, kind of a more badass king than than you would see from most standard faces. Nice big diamond pip, even a very fine gold line surrounding the pip there, in addition to the dipped point. And so same thing, gold dipped points on all of these. We've got a little Stockholm 17 playing cards logo in the middle of the 4 diamonds. Jack of diamonds, so much gold foil. So he's got his sort of scythe or sickle. I don't know what that thing is supposed to be. It looks pretty cool in this version though. So I really like what Lorenzo's done here, where he has taken those classic designs and kind of given them a facelift and, you know, so much more attention to detail and really modernized them while keeping them so recognizable and classic. I think he really found a great balance point between them. King of diamonds with a super long beard. And again, just so much foil in here with the axe and everything. King of clubs. The kings feel very, you know, much out of like a Viking movie or something like that to me. Think of these mighty beards. Queen of clubs. Got a little Latin phrase on there, ipse dixit. I have no idea what that means, or if I pronounced it correctly. It's IPSE DIXIT. I should look that up, or someone put down in the comments if you know what that means. No cheating, don't look it up, just if you know what it means off the top of your head. Jack of clubs. The gold dipped club number cards. We've got a little Stockholm 17 jester there in the middle of the 4 of clubs. Nice big club pip, again, same very fine foil outline surrounding. And then our King of Hearts, Suicide King. And actually, that's something that I'm going to want to look at. That'll be very interesting if he kept that through. So, on some, so I don't believe in a standard deck that the Queen of Hearts has 4 hands. I do know that's something of standard USPC faces, is that of all the kings, the King of Hearts is the only one who has 4 total hands, 2 hands to go with each head. So we'll go back and take a look in a moment here and see if that's something that Lorenzo did with his terrific attention to detail. And so then an Expert Playing Card Company logo on the 4 of Hearts. The enlarged Ace of Hearts center pip. And then nearly matching jokers. So it looks like basically the only thing he did here was on one he has red shoes, on one he has blue shoes, and then obviously the corner index and the text at the top. So nearly identical jokers, but little slight difference here with the red and blue usage. So very cool, beautiful deck, super high end. And let's go back through here and pull all 4 kings and see if Lorenzo kept that in. So I think, sure enough, nope. So he modernized it a bit. So opposed to a totally standard classic face where the King of Hearts is the only one with the extra hands, he did do that on the King of Clubs as well. So 2 hands on the diamonds and spades, 4 hands on the clubs and hearts, but that does make sense. So here, instead of this being just a flat circle on the King of Clubs as it normally is, you know, now it feels much more like a ball or a sphere, and his hand is popping out there actually holding that rather than it just kind of being stuck to him or floating in space. So there you have it. That is the 52 plus Joker club deck. As I mentioned, available only to members, and if you're not a member, I would ask why not? Because also, even though these are now sold out, there will be 500 more available. So if you like this, join the club. It's really inexpensive. I know there are some people out there who have joined the club specifically so that they have the ability to buy the club deck, but I get a lot of value. I'm not sponsored by the club or anything. I'm just a paying member. I'm not an officer or anything like that with the club. I've just been very happy with my membership. I've gone to the convention every year since 2015. It's a great organization, and if you're into playing cards, then I think there's no reason to not be a member. So that is the 2021 club deck. Like and comment, give me a comment down below if you'd like to see me do video overviews of any of the other past club decks, and we will see you in the next one.